Hi everyone! Welcome back to Lucas's Light Up Lab. Today we're going to be reading Thomas and the Runaway Pumpkins. Autumn was a happy and busy season on the island of Sodor. It was time for the fall harvest. There were shiny red apples to pick. Farmers were busy bringing in the last sweet corn, and the fields were full of bright orange pumpkins of all sizes and shapes. Thomas the tank engine and his friends were being really useful. They took trucks loaded with crops from farms to the docks and to bustling markets all over Sodor. Halloween was just around the corner, but first there would be something even more special, the annual pumpkin festival in Anafa. This year there was a pumpkin growing contest. Who grew the biggest or roundest or funniest shaped pumpkin? There was a pumpkin carving contest, too. There would be yummy pumpkin treats for everyone. Pies, breads, soups, puddings, cookies, and even pumpkin candies. There had been a bumper crop of really big pumpkins this year. The night before the festival, Sir Topham Hatt arrived at the sheds. "After you deliver tonight's mail," he said to Percy, "there's a special delivery for the pumpkin festival at Anafa." He pointed to two troublesome trucks loaded with the very biggest pumpkins. "Yes, sir," peeped Percy. After Percy had delivered the mail, the troublesome trucks giggled and wriggled. They were determined to cause confusion and delay. "Now!" called the first one, just as Percy began to climb a bumpy, hilly bit of track. The troublesome trucks uncoupled themselves from the rest of the train and rolled back down the hill. Percy steamed on with no idea that he'd left part of his delivery behind. Giggling with glee, the trucks finally came to a stop on an old siding hidden by some trees. They went happily to sleep. Percy headed towards Anafa. He puffed into the station just as the sun began to rise. Sir Topham Hatt and Lady Hat were there to greet him. "Percy, where are all the pumpkins?" cried Sir Topham Hatt. "Oh no!" Percy peeped. "The trucks must have come loose along the way." Just then Thomas arrived with two coaches full of festival goers and their baskets of goodies. "Thomas, please go and look for my runaway pumpkins," Percy peeped. "You'll have to find them soon," Sir Topham Hatt said. "Without the pumpkins, the festival can't go on as planned." Thomas chuffed off. "I'll try to think like a troublesome truck," he said to himself as he retraced Percy's route to the sheds. He tried to imagine where two trucks loaded with orange pumpkins would hide, and how they could have gotten there without an engine. And just as Thomas came down that bumpy hill in the opposite direction, a thought flew into his funnel. "That's it!" he whistled. "If those pesky, troublesome trucks uncoupled themselves on a hill, they would roll back down really fast. I'll follow this track and see where it leads." Soon enough Thomas found the old siding in the trees, and there were the trucks, still fast asleep. Thomas whistled to wake them. "Time to get up, you two," he peeped. "We're off to Anafa before you can cause any more mischief." Percy was relieved and happy when Thomas returned with the pumpkins. Sir Topham Hatt was pleased that the festival could start right on time. "You saved the day, Thomas," Percy said to his friend. "Thank you for your help." The pumpkin carving contest was the best in years, and the winning design looked just like Thomas. "Thomas has been a really useful engine," Sir Topham Hatt said. The other engines peeped and whistled while everyone clapped. "Thomas is our hero!" the children cheered. "And with that great big pumpkin head, he can be the hero of Halloween, too," James said with a smile. Thanks for reading with us. See you next time.